Pockets of fire are still burning throughout the gutted office block in Aberdeen's Fitty area tonight, more than 16 hours after the blaze was discovered. At its height, more than 10 fire units and around 40 firefighters fought the raging inferno, which lit up the city skyline. As the blaze ripped through the building, firefighters wearing breathing apparatus were forced to flee for their lives to escape falling debris.
Well, obviously the firemen were inside tackling the blaze, but unknown to them, the fire was travelling up behind the laughing glass of the building and endangered their lives, so they had to evacuate the building rapidly in order to save their own lives.
The manager of top Scots rock group Runrig could only watch helplessly as flames raged through the band's office suite, which took up half the four-storey building. Several master tapes, thousands of records and CDs, files, merchandise and priceless memorabilia were destroyed.
There are things that, you know, have just become a financial concern, and that's never a worry because you've taken adequate precautions against something like this happening. But then there's your whole life of all your personal things and things that probably don't mean much financially but mean an awful lot in other ways, and they can never be replaced. And I mean, I think that's really sad, you know, to have a whole history of Runrig which in one night just goes up in smoke.
But even as the demolition men were preparing to move in, Runrig management were assuring loyal fans that the release of the band's new album next week will be unaffected. Despite the huge setback, a British tour due to start next month will also go ahead as planned.
The show will go on. It has to go on. There's too many people out there, you know, waiting for us to do what we have said we would do, and we actually look forward to that, and I think that's the thing that'll keep us going and keep us sort of trying to put this at the back of our thoughts, you know.
The offices of two other businesses, visual effects and screen heat printers, were also destroyed, and total damage is expected to run into hundreds of thousands of pounds.